everyone, welcome back to TechnonTechTV. In my previous tutorial we have downloaded JDK. So if you haven't downloaded JDK yet, then first download JDK. I have added video link in the upper right corner of your screen. And also in our last tutorial I have showed you how to run Java program using text editor and command line. In this tutorial we're going to see how to download, install IntelliJ IDEA and how to run Java program in IDE. IntelliJ IDEA is basically an integrated development environment for JVM languages designed to maximize developer productivity. So when you just use a text editor and the command line, you will also learn the mechanism of the class path, how the Java compiler and runtime environment find class files, how to organize your source code, etc. This is very useful knowledge. The advantage of using the command line is that you learn how things works in the real world. When you use an IDE, you usually don't set up the class path yourself. The IDE takes care of all of that for you, but when you someday need to run your program outside the IDE, you will have to know how to set up the class path yourself. Anyway, so in my opinion, a new Java developer should work with the command line to compile and run applications for a little while until they have learned those basic concepts. Once that phase is complete, if you feel you are comfortable using the language and with compiling and running small to medium sized programs from the command line, you can try using an IDE such as IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse. So in this tutorial, I am going to show you how to install IntelliJ IDEA for Windows. So let's start. So first let's go to jetbrains.com developer tool and here IntelliJ IDEA. Then download, and as you can see, IntelliJ has two versions, the ultimate and the community version. So ultimate version has many supported features. As you can see here, community version supports less things, but it's free and it is still far more than enough for disclosure. So click on download. After the download is finished, open the file. Here click on next again. So here it's optional to create a desktop shortcut. Also I would recommend you to associate Java, Groovy, Kotlin files to IntelliJ and click on next and finally install. So after the installation is finished, check the Run IntelliJ checkbox here and click on Finish. Now you will see a pop-up which says JetBrains Privacy Policy. Check this checkbox here and click on Continue. In the next step, you can decide whether you want to share usage data with JetBrains or not. I will choose Do Not Send, but it's really up to you which one you choose. Okay. The installation of IntelliJ is finished. Now we are going to write your first Java program, but we are not going to go into very details now. It will be a simple program which will be display text on the screen. The goal of this lecture is to make sure that everything is installed correctly and you are going to be able to run the code is showing in the upcoming lectures. So JDK and IntelliJ are installed and we are in IntelliJ now. So here click on New Project, then select Java on the next if it is not selected up here. So you can see here 1.8 Oracle Open JDK depends upon which version you installed. And if you cannot see any of those, then click here and click on Add JDK. On Windows, you need to search for Java folder. inside of it JDK 808_202, because latest we have installed this version. Select this folder and click on OK. Now click on next. Click on next. On the next page we have an option to create a project from our template. So we will use this feature in the upcoming lectures, but now I want to show you how to build a project from zero. Now click on next. So here you have to type the name of the project, and here I am creating one folder for Java tutorial. And I'm giving project name as first program. Now click on finish. Okay, so you should see the project on the left. So click on this little arrow at the top here, and you can see a .idea folder at the top, which was generated by IntelliJ. Then our source folder where we will create our Java files. There is also first program.iml file, which was also generated by IntelliJ. So to create our first Java file, right click on source folder, click on new and Java class. Now we need to name the class in the name of the class, and every single word start with an uppercase. So like my first program, it's more like a business standard than a rule, so you can start with lowercase as well, but using this naming style shows that you need to have some sort of advanced knowledge in how Java files should be named. As you can see, IntelliJ has already generated a few lines of code for us. So public class, my first program, and curly braces. So as you can see, the file name and the text here, the class name is the same. It's really important. Okay, so as I said, we are not going to go into very details now. We are just simply type in a code which will print out a text. So next, in the curly braces, hit enter just to create some space, and here start typing in public. And as you can see, IntelliJ is very handy and you don't need to type in all the letters. So you can select the desired code from the list and hit the enter. Next on is static and hit enter, then void, and finally main. Now we need to add a left parenthesis, and as you can see, IntelliJ IDEA added the right one as well. And in parenthesis we'll write string args and left square bracket, and as you can see, the right one is added. Now we need to add a left curly braces, and the right one is added as well. So this whole line is a special function that shows the Java that the execution of the code should start from here. Okay, so one more line left from here. So start typing system.out.println, which means print line. So in double quotes we have to type in the text we would like to print out. So I will type my first Java program, and as you can see, there are green arrows on the left. So click one of them and run my first program. Okay, the text we brought in should appear at the bottom of the screen, which shows the console outputs, and under that you can see the process finished with an exit code 0, which means everything went well. So in the next lecture I will explain all the elements presented here. So that's it for this video. If you have any doubt, comment us below, and if you found some value in this video, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. And do share this video with your friends to spread the knowledge, and stay tuned for more videos.